Namaste viewers, welcome to session 17 of linear equations. Today we will be discussing the sums in exercise 3.5. Till the last session we worked out different methods to find the solutions of two linear equations given to you. First is by graphical method. Then we saw substitution method, then elimination method, and using the elimination method we derived a formula for finding the value of x and y. We call it as cross multiplication method, and the formula is derived in the way that x is equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1, and y is equal to c1a2 minus c2a1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. This is what we got for the values of x and y. Now before we actually substitute for the values of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 and so on, first we will know certain simple sums we will work out from exercise 3.5. Then we will actually apply the formula and get it. Okay, now the exercise 3.5 first sum has got 4 subdivisions. Subdivision 1, 2 named as A, B, C, D. Okay, now here these questions, the question is asked like this: find out which of the following equations have unique solutions. So if the solutions are unique, find out by applying cross multiplication method. So first what we have to find out of the 4 equations for which we can have unique solutions. Okay, are you getting it? So first we should find out which of the 4 equations have got unique solutions by applying a1 by a2, b1 by b2 and c1 by c2. We will find out which one has unique solution, and that particular equation we will be solving using the method of cross multiplication or the formula. Are you understanding? Now let us first see the first subdivision. Okay, now here a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. So in order to remember the equations, so general form of the equation is worth writing here. So I will write here a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0 as a general form of the linear equations. Okay, just we will write down here, then we will compare the values. So in this a1 is what? It is 1x, therefore 1. a2 is what? 3. So a1 by a2 is 1 by 3. Now what about b1? Minus 3. What about b2? It is minus 9. What about c1? It is minus 3. What about c2? It is minus 2. Now this becomes what? So the minus sign will get cancelled. We get 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3, which is not equal to 3 by 2. So what do we get in this case? In this case we get a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, but it is not equal to c1 by c2, will not give a unique solution. Why? They represent a set of parallel lines. Parallel lines, will they meet? They won't meet. Therefore there is no solution, or the equations are inconsistent. Therefore no solution. You have to write no solutions. So for this you don't have to solve it. We can just leave. Are you understanding? We will move on to equation B. Now identify that with the original standard form of the equation. So here the 5 has to come this side. So you must rewrite the equation first in the standard form. Then only you should apply the ratios to get their values. Okay. First you should write the equations in the standard form. What is A1 by A2? 2 by 3, the coefficient of x in both, 2 by 3. What is B1 by B2? It is 1 by 2. What is C1 by C2? It is minus 5 by 8, minus 8. So both the negatives will get cancelled to make it positive. So what do we get ultimately? 2 by 3, which is not equal to 1 by 2 and which is not equal to 5 by 8 also. So what happens? So none of these ratios are equal to one another. Therefore, what we can say? The equations have unique solution. So what do we write here? Unique solution. Solutions are unique. Are you understanding? Now get back to question number third subdivision. 3x minus 5y equal to 20. 6x minus 10y is equal to 40. Write it in the standard form. 3x minus 5y minus 20 equal to 0. 6x minus 10y minus 40 equal to 0. Now what is A1 by A2? 3 by 6. What is B1 by B2? Minus 5 by 10. What is C1 by C2? It is minus 20 by minus 40. So all the negative signs cancel. So this is 1 by 2. This is again 1 by 2. This is again 1 by 2. So what do we get? 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. So what is the result? Because A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2, the lines are coincident or the equations are consistent. Therefore, we have infinite solutions. Okay, how many solutions are there for this? Infinite solutions. So, do we have to employ any method to find just all the values? Okay, any value of x, there is a corresponding value for y. Any value of y, there is a corresponding value of x. So, therefore, infinite number of solutions, we can leave it at that. Okay, so that we are not going to solve it. We are simply writing it as infinite. So, the solutions are solutions infinite. So, we can write like this. Are you understanding? Is that clear to you? Now get back to the fourth. So what is your A1 by A2? It is 1 by 3. It is already in the standard form. So we can straight away go for that. And minus 3 by minus 3. And then minus 7 by minus 15. So both will become positive. We will get 1 by 3 is not equal to 1 is not equal to 7 by 15. So what is happening? None of these ratios are equal to one another. Therefore, what happens? We have got a unique set of solutions. The solutions are unique. Therefore, we can find out what is that unique solution by using the method of cross multiplication or the formula method. So out of the 4 subdivisions that we gone through, the equations in question number 2 and 4, namely B subdivision and D subdivision, they have got unique solution. That solutions we are going to find by method of cross multiplication or by the formula method. Are you ready? So we will take up the second subdivision. So the equation is already written there. 2x plus y is equal to 5. 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. Now I have made it into the standard form. 2x plus y minus 5 equals 0. 3x plus 2y minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay. Now we have got this is A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Now for any sum, for using this method, you have to first write down the formula. Okay. Now, what is that? X is equal to B1 C2 minus B2 C1 by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Now, what is Y is equal to C1 A2 minus C2 A1 by A1 B2 minus A2B1. Okay, is that clear to you? Now here you can write A1, B1, C1. A1 is equal to 2, B1 is equal to 1 and C1 is minus 5. Correct? Are you understanding? Now you write A2, B2, C2. Refer this equation and write A2 is equal to 3, B2 is equal to 2 and C2 is equal to minus 8. That's all. Okay, so we have to separately write the coefficients like this. Why I am insisting you to do this? Your mistakes is minimum when you do like this. Okay, you won't make mistakes. Correctly, you have to assign the numbers for each column correctly and then you have to proceed further. Okay, now what is the first? B1, C2. B1 is here, C2 is here. So B1, C2 is minus 8, first term. Then minus B2, C1. So B2 is 2 and C1 is minus 5. 2 into minus 5, you know it is minus 10. And there is one minus sign already here. So minus 10 and with this minus make it positive. Correct? By what is your A1? A1 is 2. A1, B2. 2 2s are 4. And then what is your A2, B1? Minus 3. So tell me what is this equal to? X is equal to 2 upon 1. That is X is equal to 2 is the first value. Are you understanding? So we can write it separately. Next, what about your Y? Y is equal to C1A2. So you must be very careful, the middle number you should not see at all. C1A2. C1A2 is minus 15. Right? Now, what is your C2A1? C2 is here, C2 is here, A1 is here. So, this 2 into minus 8 gives you minus 16. And then there is a negative sign outside. So, that minus and minus will make it positive. And then we have got the same denominator here also. You will get 1. Therefore, y is equal to 1. Tell me what the solution for these equations? X is equal to, here we can write down the solution here also, or wherever you find a convenient space you can write it. So x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1 is the solution for the equations. Proceeding with subdivision 4. Okay, now as it is, x and y values are written here. What is your first step? Write what is A1, B1, C1. Now what is A1? That is 1. What is B1? Minus 3. What is C1? Minus 7. Right? So once again you check 1 minus 3 minus 7. Now next you should write A2, B2, C2. So what is A1? 3. A2, 3. What is B2? Minus 3. And what is C2? Minus 15. Okay. Is that clear? So once again you check 1 minus 3 minus 7. 3 minus 3 minus 15. Okay. Now what is your x is equal to? B1 C2. B1 C2. So what do we get? Minus 3 into minus 15 giving you the value plus 45. Okay. The value is plus 45. B2 C1. Minus 3 into minus 7 gives you plus 21 and there is a negative sign outside, that becomes minus 21. Correct? And now by what is A1 B2? 1 into minus 3. So it is minus 3. What is A2 B1? 3 3s are 9. And then there is a minus 9. But here there is a negative sign outside. So that becomes plus 9. So what do we get ultimately? You will get minus or plus. Tell me, 45 minus 21 gives you 24. And then denominator it is plus 6. Thereby giving you the solution 4. So what is your x is equal to 4. Correct? We will proceed to find the value of y. Now tell me what is y is equal to C1A2. Where is C1A2? 3 into minus 7 into 3 minus 21. So the first term is minus 21. Then what is C2A1? C2 is here, A1 is here. 1 into minus 15 is minus 15. And outside there is a negative sign, that becomes plus 15. And then the denominator is the same 6. You will get 21 minus 15 gives you minus 6. And divided by plus 6, you will get minus 1. Clear? Therefore, I write the value of x is equal to 4 and then y is equal to minus 1. This is for question number 2. Is that clear to all of you? Once again, you go through both the solutions as it is written in your notebook. In case if you are not able to follow at any step, go through the video once again. Give a pause, find out what numbers are written here. Correctly you take down, find out where you made mistakes and correct it and obtain the correct solution. Now we will look at the second sum for subdivision. For which values of a and b does the following pair of linear equations have an infinite number of solutions? This sum is slightly different the way the question is asked. Okay. Here two equations are given, but you are not supposed to find the solutions. There are some unknowns in the equation. That unknowns we should find. On what condition? The equations have an infinite solution. When do two equations have infinite solutions? When a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. So if that is the case, this is a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, but they have to transpose the sides. Why? Because the equations have to be written in the standard form. So first let me write it in the standard form. Minus 7 equals 0 and a minus b into x plus a plus b into y, then minus of 3a plus b minus 2 equals 0. Correct? Are you understanding? So minus of 3a plus b minus 2 equals 0. Is that clear? Now a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. Okay. So it is 2 divided by a minus b, and then here 3 divided by a plus b, and here minus 7 and then minus of 3a plus b minus 2. So you get both the negative signs being cancelled. So we get 7 divided by 3a plus b minus 2. Is that clear to you up to this step? Now we will proceed further. Now here the equations have infinite solutions. That means all the three ratios are equal. So we have got ratio 1 is equal to 2 is equal to 3 means we have to get two equations from these three. We can get it in three ways. So we can equate 1 and 2 1. We can equate 2 and 3, or you can even equate 3 and 1. It is your wish. Okay, we need only two equations. Okay, so you just multiply these two first. So if you take 2 into a plus b is equal to 3 into a minus b. Are you understanding? Now you bring it outside. 2a plus 2b equal to 3a minus 3b. This comes here. 2a minus 3a. And then this 2b plus 3b equals 0. So the equation is 2a minus 3a gives you minus a plus 5b equals 0. Are you understanding? This is how we have got the first equation. Let us number it. Okay, now go to the second equation. Second, now I am going to equate 3 plus 3 divided by a plus b is equal to 7 divided by 3a plus b minus 2. I am going to take this. So by cross multiplication, what do you get? You will get 3 3s are 9a plus 3b minus 6. 3 2s are minus 6 is equal to 7a plus 7b. Are you understanding? Is that clear to you? Now the equations have to be written after simplification. So 9a and this 7a comes here. You will get 9a minus 7a and plus 3b and minus 7b comes here, and then that minus 6 goes to the other side. That becomes simply 6. So you will get 2a minus 4b is equal to 6. Now what I am going to do here, throughout there is a factor of 2. Okay, so I can cancel 1 2 from all the 3 terms. So if you cancel, we can do such things. Okay, it is allowed, we can do that. So if you cancel it, you will get a minus 2b is equal to 6. So this is the equation. A minus 2b is equal to 3, sorry. So you get 3. We have cancelled 1 2 from all the 3 terms. Now here from this equation, you will get minus a is equal to minus 5b. Or in other words, you just study this equation. This is the simplest, isn't it? Here how to find the value of a and b, that alone is asked. Okay, find the value of a and b. Here, even though you get 2 linear equations, you don't have to think that we have to find out in only one particular method. It is any method you can find out. Are you understanding? So here minus a is given to be minus 5b. So a is equal to 5b. So which method is easy for you? Substitution method. So a is given to be 5b. I am applying it here. 5b minus 2b is equal to 3. Therefore 3b is equal to 3. b is equal to 1. Are you getting the value? So 3b is equal to 3. b is equal to 1. a is equal to 5 times b. So a is equal to 5 into 1. That gives you 5. So a is equal to 5, b is equal to 1 is your answer. You can highlight and keep it. We have completed the 4 subdivisions of question number 1. Second question, first subdivision is also completed. Second sum, second subdivision, I want you to try as homework, and also the third sum. Okay, let me explain how to do this. In the second sum, second subdivision, it is given that for which value of k with the following pair of linear equations have no solutions. So you are given 2 equations. So these sums we are generally call it as k value sums. Okay. So there are several conditions. So for practice we will work more during the practice or revision time. Okay. Now you be thorough with the method. Okay. Now here we have to do a1 by a2, b1 by b2, c1 by c2 by taking it in the standard form. After taking it in the standard form, the equations have no solutions. That means a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 but not equal to c1 by c2. So that need not be we equated. It is not equal. So whatever is available, you can equate and get it, and here it is only one variable. So it is enough if you get only one equation, namely a1 by a2 and b1 by b2. If you equate by cross multiplication, we get a very simple equation, and then you can get the value of k. Correct? So that way we can solve the second question. And the third question, solve the following pair of linear equations by the substitution and cross multiplication method. What did I tell you in the last session? Any method you want, you can do. Okay, there is no specification that you have to do only this method or that method. It is your comfortability. But at the same time, when the method is mentioned, you have to do only by that method. Okay, here the method is mentioned. You have to do first by substitution method, then by cross multiplication method, by writing all this a1, a2 and then cross multiplication, all these arrow marks must be definitely there, and what is x equal to, what is y equal to should be definitely written. Only then you won't make mistakes. Okay, so you have to write and then find the values of x and y. Will you get different answers? Will you get different answers? No, you will get the same answer. Okay, so you please practice these sums. Okay, and tomorrow we will see how many of you have got it. Wish you all the best. Thank you, children.